came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent is the thing.
See the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, "So where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing, so we can place the animals there in post." And he goes, we'll figure it out. Let's get this shot of shooting." And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, "I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise." So he's thinking this is gonna be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it, which would be very sad for Downey. I feel like he'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
Need it. This dude is doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
Bro. He's like, whatever. Friggin' dog movie, polar bear. Let's rock it.
Yeah,
he don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
If they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a
you
drop
say
from
that.
the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG, we got Jinbei fans out there.
You have Jinbei stands out there. People who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
On that note, you guys just put out the first episode of A New Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. And then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. Because I just got drained for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep the energy up, and I'm just like, oh, BG, go on a huge rant. And BG's like, well, that sucks. Pause, look at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh no.
Take the ball, BG.
Oh no. No, sir.
You dribbling the rest of this shot clock out, my friend.
The issue with that was you went 4.5 minutes. We played about 20 seconds. I went for maybe 40 seconds, and then you jumped right back in. So I'm like, oh, he's got more in him. And then for the beginning of part 2, you go on another rant.
Oh.
And then you just, for like 5 minutes, go, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, he threw.
Oh, he used it all up. He got nothing left.
You threw it all at the spirit bomb and still had
not an
14
angry
episodes
person.
to go.
But this dude was talking all this hot nonsense.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And I just exploded like 3 times. And then I just went, and it wasn't like fun. Genlock sucks. Oh my goodness. This was like, dude, you're doing stuff that legitimately pisses me off.
He was so mad.
Did y'all see that updated Sonic?
Yes.
I was gonna get to that after this.
Okay.
We stand with movies.
All right. Yes, he looks so much better.
Look good.
Oh, what
It
happened,
looks
DA?
big good.
You were the one talking about...
No, I said it looked fine. Now I'm saying it looks good.
Bruh.
I never said that looked good.
Bruh.
I was on the fine train.
That train was a crashing. because he wasn't fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't okay.
We still doing this?
He wasn't a 5.56.
We still doing
He was
this?
a 2.
That is
That looks so much
very
better.
correct.
It looks so much better.
I said there was always room for improvement.
You're
That I always said
There was
that.
only room for improvement. That was a lead titanium inlaid fucking ground you had to dig to get worse.
It wasn't going to be worse, kid.
Google was saying how their technology is going to be so advanced that they're going to have something called negative latency, which doesn't fucking exist.
Mm-hmm.
Latency, by its very definition, is delay. You can't go negative with delay. It's no longer latency at that point. And at that point, too, what they're saying is the game is going to play itself. So, BG, if you for some reason decided to get Stadia and got Mortal Kombat for it and wanted to be the best online at Google Stadia Mortal Kombat, your inputs will be predicted. How does that make you feel?
It ain't going to happen. So, who cares?
Oh no, I
That's
think
like
I think that technology could feasibly happen. I just think it's stupid.
I don't think it could. Because,
Like,
I feel
think
like to be...
it's not going to be
What?
stupid accurate, but like based upon how you're playing the game, trends of like how you play certain things, and like it gathering information, I can totally see an algorithm guessing what you're going to press, and like I would assume there's probably like contingencies where it do like 1 or 2 inputs or 1 and 2 commands. Say if you're like pressing a bunch of buttons and then stopped, it would do like 3 more things and then stop when it realized, oh, you're not sending shit in, like you're not inputting stuff anymore.
Yeah, no. That's not
I just
gonna
don't
work
think
for
it's
fighting games.
Yeah,
That's not
or
gonna,
shooters.
if you're playing a shooter and you get shot to the side, are you gonna run? Are you gonna turn around and try to shoot back? Are you gonna jump? Are you gonna duck? We don't know. So whatever. Just this is what we think based on your data.
Yeah, I mean technically too, that kind of technology has existed in shooters for decades. They're called aimbots, and it's true.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I want to talk about it so bad.
I'm so glad y'all suffered with me. A little later than I'd like, but you guys experienced
So
it.
again, it's like for me, suffering is a strong term. There is just utter fucking confusion is where I'm at right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, can we get like a brief overview then?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, we need
Okay.
to save it. We need to save it.
Okay.
I'm just leaving it at that. Utter fucking confusion.
Can I say one thing about this? And I don't know if BG knows about this or not. You know that superhero at the end where he came in and the biggest, baddest robot, and then he's in a coma at the end? You know who voiced him? The dude whose idea was that whole series. That
No,
was
he
his
implanted-
baby.
He implanted himself.
Yes,
That was
as the
Gray?
That's Gray. He was the biggest monster hero there, where they're just standing over his body, just going, you saved us all, sir. You sure are awesome.
Oh no.
That was him.
So when everyone was
Go
accusing
into
Miles of
I'm
doing,
the hero.
oh no.
We will talk about this.
Oh no.
I am excited, and it's just something like I experienced it, and it is just welling up inside, and I need it to get the fuck out of me to talk about it.
It's so good.
Oh boy, we were just talking about some of the wonderful Dragon Ball Hero stuff that has come out recently. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 233. I think the notification broke the stream, Triton, I think is what happened.
Is that what happened?
I think so. 'Cause
Huh.
I noticed it was a blank screen before I went to the blank screen scene that I have. So yeah, I'll look into that. So thank you, Crozaddy, or as we know who this is, Alex. About time. You've only known
Fucking
us.
time.
You've only known us for like a decade.
Fucking bum. But with that, we're 2 away.
I think. No. That is right. We were at 47, so 48 is the right number.
No, D is here.
Yeah, he's here. Everybody's here.
But no, we are 2 away from affiliate, fam. Holy shit!
That Uno tomorrow might just do it.
Yeah,
That Uno tomorrow might just do it.
fingers crossed.
Hold on. How ridiculous would it be if our first step to not having to do labor anymore, if we can succeed, might be on Labor Day?
Oh, that would be funny, actually. It'd be,
That would be fucking
ironic?
amazing. Yeah, that'd be the height of irony.
Oh boy. So welcome
I was
everybody.
thinking about that on my drive home. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It also technically, well, I guess count this as a late for me, in all honesty, because the reason we started late was because of me. So I feel like that should happen,
If-
right?
I popped into the channel at like 8 o'clock on the dot only because I've been at my computer waiting to join. My ass is so fucking tired. I zoned out for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So
Like, I sat down at my desk and I'm like, okay, soon.
wow, we're the black people, the most on-time people here. Sorry, I had a lot of spit in my mouth there.
Yeah, we noticed.
So yeah, I was messing with like Streamlabs settings for the gaming setup that I have, and just like dicking around, and all of a sudden I look down, it's 8:50, and I'm just like, fuck, I haven't like gotten any articles, none of that stuff.
I ain't done dish.
Yeah.
There was a little game that I played of, can you create a sentence with the last word the last person said? So like I just said, so the next person has to start the sentence with said.
That's basically Shiratori, which is a Japanese game where you use the last syllable of a word and then you.
I think that'd be way harder. Nah. Because if you could just go, like, the last syllable is ko, and you could just say ko something, I think that might be easier than said, and then said the Raven nevermore or something.
Yeah, more pizza, please.
Well,
It would have to be within a parameter.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just say more pizza, please. It would have to be like it's more like whose line is anyway. Give me a topic. Give me a place. In a theater, and you can only be theater related stuff.
Yeah, that would be tough, boys.
I'm just wondering if like you go to like words that are said the same but spelt differently, does that count?
No, they got to be the same.
Okay.
If your last
That's
thing
harder.
was ice cream, you can't say ice cream. It has to be cream.
Well, no. Like,
No, I know what you mean, though. Like, no and no.
Yeah, exactly. KNOW versus NO.
Yep, nope. Got to be whatever it was.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun, like, thought game.
Yeah.
Quick on your toes. You got to blah, blah, blah.
So that's a road
Somebody
trip
tried
game.
to get me with hurt. What?
That's a road trip game when you're in a car with a group of people.
Ah,
for
yep,
sure.
that type of thing. Boy, I haven't gone on a road trip in forever. In COVID?
Yeah. I mean, now featuring the Mew variant.
Oh, is there a new one?
Potentially variant.
Oh, it's
Which is just like, oh,
it's
you're a
already-
vaccine.
It's already popping up in LA or San Francisco, one of the fucking big California cities.
Yeah, the variant itself is popping up, but they don't know exactly like what.
Oh, yeah, they don't
it
know
can
what
go
affects
through,
it.
what it can
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. They're saying they're so far from what I saw, it's less contagious, but also it may not be affected by the current vaccines.
Yeah, that's the speculative stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for more info on that.
Okay. Did not know that. Oh, you know what? That's a good segue. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Wear your mask. Get vaccinated. Dude, stop taking horse dewormer.
No, that works.
If you
No,
gotta
let 'em
tell them, they're not gonna listen to
Fucking-
you just by somebody saying it.
Fucking Joe
It's
Rogan.
over.
If you gotta
Fuck it.
walk up to a person and say, "Hey, don't take livestock dewormer," you've already lost.
Hey, maybe don't drink that magma.
The thing is,
it's like,
Hey, maybe bleach doesn't moisten your eyes. Yeah, okay, thanks.
What the government's telling you.
Oh, if the government says it has to be wrong. Drink water. I'm gonna drink pee. Okay, thanks. Thanks so much.
Oh boy. Speaking of governments doing awful shit,
I was wondering where you were going with that because I'm like, pee? Are we doing a game right now?
speaking of drinking piss, what animal tastes the best? Your opinion, guys. Oh boy.
I mean, it's gotta be a pig, right?
I don't want to go down
You know what?
this.
Turkey.
I don't want to go down this hypothetical road.
No, turkey. I'm going turkey. Final answer, thanks.
All right, cool. So, did you guys see that China is limiting video game time of children to 3 hours? Is it a day? I think it was a day.
A week.
Oh, a week.
It was a week? Oh, it's even worse. Woo!
You get like an hour between 8 and 9.
Yeah, it kind of not. Like, the thing is, it's like, how do you enforce it? Like,
Yeah,
online
that's
games,
the
you
hard
can.
thing.
Online games,
I think-
totally.
I think it's more so like either child accounts for like an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever, or internet cafes.
That too. Yeah,
which,
yeah.
Which would make a lot more sense. You know, kids going there playing Fortnite, MOBAs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you only get an hour,
That's
which
true.
would make a lot more sense. Other than that, if you're at home, I don't see how you could possibly enforce that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, just, you know, I mean,
I mean, I
China.
understand the thought process of it, but it's just more China just getting
Like-
its people under control. Like, look,
Why? Let people enjoy what they can enjoy. We can't go nowhere. We can't do nothing. Let me be Duke Nukem or whoever the kids are playing these days.
he might be in Fortnite. Who said no?
Hubert? That's still relevant, right? Oh,
Why
boy.
isn't Hubert in Fortnite? That makes a lot of sense.
What? He's
Very
just...
few people would understand it. The people that do understand it would not really care, and the people that don't, they don't really care.
He's
either.
just
it's a waste
legs
of
and-
time. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of resources.
Oh, you said Duke Nukem, sorry. I thought you said Hubert. Jet
I mean,
Blaze
Hubert could
Thunder,
be-
thank you for the follow. We are one
Oh,
away.
no.
Did you
Oh.
mean Cubert when you said?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This
Okay.
one, we're
Okay,
one away. We're one the fuck away.
Duke Nukem, it's just like, you know, who cares?
Is it gonna
If
happen
anybody-
on podcast?
Maybe.
That's the biggest difference between like a Smash and a Fortnite. You can just
Yo.
put in a skin in Fortnite. They don't have to really do anything. You make Superman fly, and that's
You
that's
might
your little
get
reference.
bricked a special like platform or something. Yeah, I understand.
But with Smash, you got so many moves. You got so many how they
Things to
interact with
balance.
everybody else. So you can just put, as long as you pay the license, you can put whoever you want in Fortnite. That's why I'm always just like, it's not impressive when somebody shows up and does something.
Yeah. Agreed. But I meant Cubert, and then I thought you guys said like it would be easy to put Cubert in Smash. I'm like, he's just
Oh, not
legs and-
easy.
and an
No.
elephant trunk and a head. That's all he is.
But y'all think this is just going to be forever for a couple years, a year, a month? What are we thinking about? this?
Absolutely forever until China just goes, all right, we don't feel like doing that anymore.
Until it's like proven
Well-
that it isn't helping or they
The
can't
thing
control it.
it's like the Chinese are desperately trying to limit the explosion of online culture in their country, because look what's going on in Hong Kong. They want to limit people's
That
exposure.
information.
They want to limit people's exposure to not only the information but the very ideas that video games, let's face it, for the most part stem around the idea of fighting the very thing that they embody. The Chinese government is an oppressive, totalitarian regime. And let's face it, almost every single video game in existence has the theme of taking that shit to the curb and curb stomping it. And I mean, the democratic movement in China is continuously growing stronger. It's not weakening. They're imprisoning and executing more people by the fucking day because of it. It's like they need to do something to kind of close that door as fast as possible, because a lot of political analysts even said that if it keeps going the way it is, before too much longer, we're going to see a Chinese revolution of a democratic state.
It's not going to be not in too much longer. We're decades away.
No, it's not that far.
The Chinese Republic had the people under their boot, and they're just trying to tighten those screws.
They're trying to tighten it, but the thing is that democratic movement isn't a joke. We don't hear about it because the Chinese control.
But it's a long ways away.
A lot of what I'm reading says that it could be as soon as 7 years.
I'm saying this: the civil rights movement was long. Black people were recognized as citizens for centuries.
Women couldn't get the right to vote for how long?
But that's the thing, is because the white man had power,
freedom.
look at the American Revolution, the French Revolution. Once the ideas really took hold, things got on a progressively stronger path to fuck that Ville. So it might not be another decade before we see guillotines in China, the Chinese streets, fucking with heads paraded on top of them already. You never know.
Definitely decades away, sir.
You say that, but people thought that it can never happen in France. It can never happen in America. It can never happen here. It can never happen there, and it does. It's just this signifies the desperation of the Chinese government. So if they're looking for every avenue they can to kind of cull this access to information, and if it reaches this point, the desperation is real.
I mean, think about it. They were literally protesting in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not. We don't see it enough, so it's not in our mind's eye as it would be if this was happening in a major nation like America or whatever. But the little bits that are leaking out shows a lot. If they're, again, like Mike said, if they're leaning towards using fucking Nintendo games to publicly protest, there's shit going on. And now they're smashing computers too to stop crypto fucking miners. So they're already seizing, private own technology and destroying that in the streets and parading it like a fucking victory. I mean, when you take the oppression stronger and stronger and stronger, sooner or later it's going to break, and we're getting closer and closer to that sooner being now.
I don't think the sooner is now. Like, gay marriage is still not in every state. How long has it been going on?
But that is a. This isn't
a marginalized people.
Exactly.
It's so easy to do.
It is.
How long have we been fighting for the decriminalization of weed?
Oh, you're not wrong, but that is a subsect of living. These are rights you want to add to yourself.
Women, black people.
You're not wrong.
What? Oh, it took so long. I just don't see this happening within 7 years.
Again, look at the state of the world.
I will 100% give you. They're not going to erase hundreds of years of Chinese oppression in the next 7 years.
You don't know that, especially with climate change.
I don't know it, but I don't believe it.
Thing is, especially with climate change kicking in,
anything is possible.
Oh, of course,
can do it within the next 3 years.
It's just I'm basing it off of the geopolitical data.
There's so much history saying that it's not for easier things. So for changing the entire mindset of a people, a government in 7 years,
a nation,
and they all just accept it, like even after the civil rights people were still just like, nah, black people, y'all suck. It's not gonna be a 7 years flip the switch.
Again, it's not like the switch hasn't already been flipped. It's been flipped. It's on. It's a thing that's happening in real time. It's just a matter of when do things go to the next step.
Yep, and I don't
The
think that
spark.
win is within the next 7 years. That's all I'm saying. Now it's possible. It's 1,000,000% possible. Like I
Thing
said, it can happen in the next 3. I just don't believe it's gonna happen within the next 7.
And I see where your point is here. It's hard to really envision that kind of thing, especially where we're at, like you guys keep saying, because America has had its quote unquote freedom now since the fucking 1700s, and yet the country ain't free. But I mean, when it comes right down to it, they can't even start chasing their quote unquote freedoms until they themselves are freed. So we'll have to see how things play out, obviously, because again, geopolitical landscapes are an absolute fucking minefield to navigate because things change daily, and especially with a fucking, again, totalitarian military regime like the Chinese have, especially with the economic fucking superpower they are. We don't know how things are going to play out. It's just the shake. I genuinely hope it happens, because can you imagine a China that is not as unified as a business? It would shake the entire economical structure of the fucking planet. It'd be insane.
Well, we'll see. I sincerely hope the people get the freedom they rightly deserve.
Oh, of course.
As opposed to this just, hey, we're as a people, you can't play video games for more than this amount of time. Like,
Rules
Yeah,
change.
like it's. The thing is, look, we see that about China, but look at us right now. The
Yep.
fucking Texas abortion law is like
Dude, it's
16,000
disgusting.
steps. It's like 16,000 steps back in time. I get it. I get it. Trump kind of took us into a new dark age, but now we're fucking might as well be back in the goddamn caveman era. Like, this shit's insane. Actually insane.
and people are applauding this. There's people like, when some women will not know within 6 weeks if they're even pregnant. And somebody's answers were, yeah, whores wouldn't. Like, are you serious?
That's. There's a great quote. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Keep forgetting his name, but it's the guy who's been trying to run for governor in Texas quite a bit. Or no, it's not him.
You're talking about politics. You already know what that is.
No, this is
his name was Frank Castle.
the person I'm thinking of. It's not actually the person I'm thinking of, but Pete Buttigieg?
Done.
Is that right? I think.
Who you asking?
Ralph is into
Yeah,
politics. a bit, so.
I didn't catch your signature. Abbott, are you talking about?
Pete Buttigieg is the name.
Oh, Buttigieg. No, it's Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. Because you were saying governor, I'm like, are you talking about Abbott? Or are you who are you referencing?
Austin, Dallas.
My first thought was the guy who's been running as a Democrat for governor.
Okay, yeah, I didn't catch everything you said, I guess, because I just did not hear that. All I heard was your governor in Texas. I'm like, are you talking about Greg fucking Abbott?
No.
San Antonio.
BG, you suck. Also, chat, I have been watching the conversation.
You're not wrong, Alex.
The Peter Griffin Smash stuff has been great.
Oh yeah, the chat is going nuts, dude.
Yeah. This game's winner is Cleveland Brown. Anyways, the quote is, so it was Chris Wallace was interviewing Peter Buttigieg, whatever his pronunciation of his name is.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. I think the dialogue has gotten so caught up on where you draw the line that we've gotten away from the fundamental question of who gets to draw the line, and I trust women to draw the line when it's their own health, Chris Wallace. So just to be clear, you're saying you would be okay with a woman well into their third trimester deciding to abort her pregnancy. Buttigieg. Whatever.
Just say boo.
Boo. Look, these hypotheticals are usually set up in order to provoke a strong emotional response. Well, it's not hypothetical. There are 6,000 women a year who get abortions in the third trimester. B. That's right, representing less than 1% of cases. So let's put ourselves in the shoes of a woman in that situation. If it's that late in your pregnancy, then almost by definition, you've been expecting to carry it to term. We're talking about women who have perhaps chosen a name, women who have purchased a crib, families that then get the most devastating medical news of their lifetime. Something about the health or the life of the mother or viability of the pregnancy that forces them to make an impossible, unthinkable choice. And the bottom line is, as horrible as that choice is, that family may seek spiritual guidance, they may seek medical guidance, but that decision is not going to be made any better medically or morally because the government is dictating how that decision should be made.
Yeah, so what happens, with the pro-life people? What happens if there's an issue where the pregnancy could end the mother's life?
Yeah, that's in those cases.
They don't care about that.
Yeah, this
they
law,
don't.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
No, you can't. Well, the thing is, it's the thing is, the law itself.
Can I stop you real quick there, though, Pro?
Go for it.
So many people, I've gotten into so many anti-vax arguments recently where people are just like, just do what's best for you. Just watch out for your own health, blah, 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 blah. Take care of yourself. And then you're going, well, no, you can't. Because you have somebody else in you that you have to take care of as well. So we as a people can't take care of each other and wear a mask and get vaccinated? Don't do it! AEW, sorry. I'm watching the pay-per-view while talking to y'all. Y'all lucky I even showed up.
But yeah,
like I was trying to say, like the thing is the law itself doesn't actually give any authority to punish anyone for it. The law really is all about essentially turning everyday citizens into Nazi stage Germany whistleblowers.
Yeah.
No, this is what it is. So essentially, the police or whatever, nobody's going to get arrested. What's going to happen is that now the everyday Republican psychopaths can just sue a practicing doctor into bankruptcy. That's what can happen. No, you're fine. That's what can happen.
Well, no, don't forget the $10,000 bounty.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is, again, that bounty is also tied into the lawsuit. The state will pay them $10,000 because then they get to sue. It's all about money. Nobody's getting arrested. No one's going to jail. They will just financially ruin whoever is doing this. That's the goal. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. So just
it's all kinds of fucked up, and it makes it so that the state and the state police and whatnot aren't quote unquote the bad guys. The everyday Samaritan is an everyday hero. They're making it so it's not the state's problem, but they reap the benefit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had
is again fucked.
I've had discussions with some of my more conservative friends about this and stuff. Like, I have a buddy who he has I believe he is now 3-4-year-old son. And he's just like, after I had my son, I could never imagine even making that choice and yeah that. And then we've had discussions and I'm like, yeah, so that's, I can completely understand that. But then again, you just said that word, choice. That's the key thing. To make this choice, people will have different moralities about it. Of my opinion, it is a terrible choice to have to make in most cases.
Different moralities, different circumstances.
Yeah. But you can't take that choice away. That's the biggest thing is you have to be free to make that choice. And then it's set up there, either via family, medical, spiritual guidance, what have you, you will have to live with that choice in one way or another. But the
choice should be yours.
Yes. And again, at the end of the day, and the funny thing is, and I've seen this all over the place too, a lot of these abortion bills, laws that are going into play, there's a lot of male exclusion. All of the liability seems to be on the woman. All right, let me change that, just because I actually read something recently that on the bearer of the child, because it's not just cis women that can get pregnant.
Yeah.
But so all the liability is on the person who's pregnant in this case. There is nothing in these laws that will put any onus of blame, fault, or anything on the person,
Decision making.
on the sperm donor, basically. And that's stupid. That is so stupid. So yeah, like, it's a true choice of your own venture. That is a terrible, terrible metaphor, but an honest one. Really. So yeah, like, to me, it's like, if you're gonna make these really dumb laws, make it apply to all parties involved. And but then on top of that, don't make the dumb laws, and the choice ultimately lies with the person who is going to potentially carry said child, carry said fetus. And yeah. Not putting it super eloquently, but just, again, the choice is what
No,
matters.
I get you.
So yeah.
Texas sucks. That's the main thing.
It has like one little.
Let me ask you a question, because I've been looking up the places that are great for like software jobs, and Texas is very good. You're offered $210 and help moving to Texas. Would you take that?
Depends on where. There's one little bright spot that I like in Texas.
No, not the bright spot. You know where.
And probably no.
See? Sometimes you just got to put your morals above things. Because, my God, I can't ever imagine going to Texas. And I've heard stories of black people harassed in usually affluent white neighborhoods. Like, why are you here? I bought the house next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, yeah. Lot of shitty world stuff going on right now. Oh,
As always.
So actually,
Yeah,
We're not even talking about this virus.
I know.
This ain't nothing new, man. Past fucking 3-4 years have been a shit show.
I just wanted to see Dance Gavin dance.
Not allowed.
So
That's all I wanted.
You didn't earn it. You don't deserve it.
So last
You know when they're you know when they were
harder,
coming
personally.
here. You know when they were coming here.
it's your fault.
April 2020. You know when they're coming here now? September this month. I'm not going.
Coward, too afraid to die.
You were afraid to die.
Which, like, in a normal year, like, you could have said that, like, ha, too afraid to get in the pit, afraid you're gonna die. It's like, no. There's real stakes here now.
Yes, I am very afraid to get in the pit.
Yeah, the pit's a death sentence now.
I'm willing to die.
I am willing to die to see My Chemical Romance one last time.
Like, if it's a band's farewell tour, I can see that. Like, we are just never doing anything ever again. Like, Insane Clown Posse's, one of their members had, like, a very bad heart, so they're just like, this is the last time we're ever touring all together. That I could see. All right, I'm gonna risk this to see them one last time.
Mm-hmm.
Not for this. Hey, Dance Gavin is gonna come here 3 years from now. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs they're gonna play from Afterburner. I wish I could hear. I want to hear Ing Parody Catharsis. I want to hear so many songs live for the first time ever, and it's not gonna happen. And Tillian tweeted at me saying that the one song he wants to play more than anything is Gospel Burnout from what's that album Artificial Selection. And it's the only song they've never played live, and it's the only song I want them to play live, so I have a feeling they're gonna play it live, and I'm not gonna get to see it because you people won't get 2 shots!
3 now.
Next
Boosters.
next month, they're right up the street, St. Andrews Hall, Destroyed, Rebuild Until God shows.
Are you serious?
Johnny Craig still elite it.
Are you serious?
They're coming. Got that email just like, wow, that sucks. I love that band.
Dude, I haven't looked up like any form of live music just because I know like I don't want that temptation in my life.
I
At
get
all.
the emails.
Hey, I didn't go see Coco in the middle of this. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't need it. Like I still wouldn't go. I'm just saying I wouldn't need it and just be like sitting there and
You
just
wouldn't want to just
depressed.
wake up one day like, dang.
I could
Yeah.
risk it.
With
I'm
anything
good.
that eat.
I'll double mask. I'll eat an orange as well. Get my vitamins up.
Like it's
That'll stop it.
Have a-
2 weeks later, you're like, dang, would anything have even happened to me?
Have a flask of
I could have
bleach at the
just
ready.
went to that thing.
Oh, boys. So last non-nerd bit of news. I meant to talk about this last week, but this is such a roller coaster. Jeopardy. So we all know about the executive producer that basically gave himself the hosting job.
Yeah, that was the grossest thing ever.
Mike
We're gonna bring
something.
on these guest hosts in, but it's gonna
It's
be
me.
none of them.
It's
Yeah.
me though.
It's Mike.
I did.
something.
Congratulations, me.
Let me get his actual name.
All right, there were too many great candidates. We're just gonna pull one out of the hat. Oh, me. All right, cool.
Mike
There
Richards.
was one name in that hat.
There's no other paper. I don't know who made it, but it is what it is. We don't.
The people voted. This is what they wanted.
Are you gonna go against the hat? Like,
This was Alex Trebek's hat. Are you going to spit on the grave of Alex Trebek?
Look, it's got a little mustache.
So
dude, you know you're gaslighting. I'm just saying, this is what you want to do. What do you want to do?
So, Mike Richards, he is, was the executive producer of both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune for many, 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 many years. They obviously had that whole thing of a bunch of different hosts coming in. He was included in that, LeVar Burton, amongst other people, and they ended up giving him and then a lady the job, whose name I'm not remembering. I think she was a previous champion, if I'm not mistaken.
No, the woman who was brought in was from the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, she was? Okay.
I forgot. I keep forgetting her name. She's actually like a fucking physicist doctorate. Like she's like a fucking really like she's science. Like
Okay.
and then she went and did the Big Bang Theory, and now she's an actress. I'm just thinking like, why would you go from? I guess the money's better, but
So-
acting.
So that happened. People were kind of pissed. People wanted LeVar Burton. And then, the internet.
Burton didn't do good though, so. But here's the thing.
Like,
When
though
we look at these
self-admittedly,
people-
he had talked about how nervous he was. And they
Yeah,
only gave
okay.
him, like, what, 2 episodes? So, like, you give him a little bit longer to adjust, and he probably would have done better.
I
Uh,
know I hosted the show, y'all, but I actually can't read.
Wow.
Dude, that went on
Reading
here, I
Rainbow!
couldn't swim. But the thing I'm saying with him is, even though he was nervous, the people that did bad, were they directed badly on purpose by the dude that got fired?
Yeah. So, on that note, a week later, after this hosting announcement, it was revealed that Mike Richards had talked about some really awful shit on some podcasts in the past, like degrading women. I think there was some racial slurs and what have you. Just some really bad shit. He was fired from being the host of Jeopardy. It was like, oh wow.
Oh,
That
he
was-
wasn't even fired. He stepped down from the host of Jeopardy. La-di-da.
The biggest of air quotes in the world.
Yes.
Then it was announced like a week later that he was going through like sensibility lessons and education and was also hired as sensibility assistant. So they were going to pay for him to learn how to be a good person, and then also were going to have someone follow him around to make sure he was a good person while he was
Which
still
at that point, why are you even employed?
Yeah. It's like
If
you're
some- if
wasting
there's
so much
something
money.
That has to be on the payroll, whose entire job is to make sure you don't scream out the N-word. Why are you here?
You don't
To make
sexually
sure you don't
harass
grab
women.
some woman's butt? Why are you here?
And then I think a week after that, I think enough internet uproar of that exact thing was just like, okay, he's gone. He was fired as the executive producer of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. He's just flat out gone now. But yeah,
How can you not be?
it was such a roller coaster.
Did he even apologize?
I don't know. I just,
you know,
I'm sorry or whatever. Dang, shut up.
I've always been
Trying to make my money.
of the mindset that people do say some stuff. Apologize, show that you've moved on from being that terrible person, and you do good things, and for the most part, people should go, all right.
And also, especially if it's in the context of a joke. If it's just like, hey, yo, I actually hate these people, ain't nothing you can do about
get
that.
them out of here immediately.
But if it's I'm making a joke,
trying to make a joke,
or trying to make a joke, clearly in the context of a joke, people should understand that, especially when it's in 2013, and just give them a little bit of leeway.
But at the same time, how old is this guy now?
probably, I would say 40s. 50s.
40s, 8 years ago, late 30s, early 40s. It's hard to give him that benefit of the doubt.
And the thing is,
you're in your early mid 20s. I can understand that.
Yeah, and
if you're an edgy dude like a Chappelle or something, that's like, this is my life. But then you just go like executive producer of Jeopardy. Actually, no, Chappelle is Chappelle forever. This dude just like, if you're transitioning
South Park
over
is South Park
kill
forever.
that, kill that.
And the thing is though, like the mere fact that they actually were going to put him through those lessons and hired that person is telling. That, like you said, like, oh, I apologize, I've changed. Well, the main producers of whatever network that owns Jeopardy took a good hard look at him and his past at the company and went, we need these things. That's not a good sign.
It wasn't a week of sensitivity training and he's good.
Yeah. No.
It was like, no, we need lessons. We need to hire a whole new person to make sure he no longer does these things he's still doing.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. Like, the fact that they had to do all that meant probably some stuff happened more recently, too. We just don't know. So, yeah. That was... Just, the train wreck that keeps on going. Like the whole Blizzard Activision thing. It's just... It's fun to watch. All right. On to the nerd stuff.
I got an offer for a job as a QA tester for Activision.
Oh, really?
Congratulations for accepting the job. It's
I
very lucrative.
I did not take that job.
You get a nice sweater with it.
I did not take. Even in the offer, it was just like, just know, sometimes you're gonna be working some 10-hour days and overtimes and weekends.
That's fun.
I went, no.
What? No.
They're already telling you, hey, you're gonna be crunching your balls off at times.
So, speaking of QA, anyone seen all the Sonic Color stuff?
Big yikes.
Big funny. I'm FGC friends with a up and coming Sonic content creator by the name of Gamer Blake 90. And he loves Sonic. And he finished and he was like, hey y'all. He's always just like, hey yo, Sonic is so amazing. Look at all this stuff. He's inspiring other people to be Sonic content creators. And he just went, yo, this is not hitting.
So yeah.
And you see all these people, hey, is that Rio? You see all these people, they're just like, oh, they're using an emulator. You can see that. It's taken out of context. They're making the game look bad. Yeah, but what about the people on PlayStation? Yeah, well, what about the people on Xbox? Dude, it's horrendous.
Yeah. There is some awful, just, it looks like, we had talked about this many podcasts ago. When you were like trying to watch the Skinamax shows back in the day, where like sometimes you'd see pictures through the fuzziness? That's what it looked like. Honestly.
And okay, I can understand people love Sonic, but you gotta understand. Look at it.
Yeah, and
here's the thing. Here's the thing: just because you don't get glitches does not mean there are not a lot of glitches.
Yeah.
I got minimum. It's just like the people that were playing Cyberpunk. I don't know what y'all were playing. I played through just fine. Okay, but what about all the people that didn't?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't invalidate them because your experience did not match theirs.
Guys, come on. They did give us colors. True. Sonic does in fact have colors. There's a lot
They
of
delivered
colors.
on the promise.
How did they fail to port an over 10-year-old game? Silent Hill HD collection. That's how.
Yeah,
They
like,
don't learn.
it's like there's so many multitudes of reasons that they could have potentially had issues. Like just speaking as a software developer, whatever that they built the game on may not have translated well to current gen physics engines, graphics processors, what have you. There's infinite amount of reasons.
Yeah, it could be
failed.
so hardwired to the clock speed that it could just hit up
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it really, like, a lot of people at this point are saying, like, if you want to play Sonic Colors, get the 10-year-old version. Get the working version.
Which is sad.
Yeah. Very, very, very. And then, like, the thing is, too, like, you know, again, like you're saying, the Sonic people that were, like, super trying to still defend the game. Like, what Sonic game, A, doesn't have glitches, first of all?
Yeah.
Especially 3D modern Sonic games. Like, those games, look at any speed run of any modern 3D Sonic game, and you will see how truly broken these games are. Terribly broken. Friggin', oh my god, the Bandana Sonic. What the fuck was that game called?
Bandana Shadow?
No. Like, where it was like an action adventure game where you played as, like, Buff Knuckles.
Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom, thank you. Or, like, the infinite jump thing with Knuckles.
What?
Bandana.
Bandana Knuckles.
Yeah, he's wearing a bandana.
Bandages.
He's wearing a bandana around his neck.
Oh, Sonic.
Oh, yeah, he sure was. Wait, was that Tails?
Why would
No,
we
that was
remember
Sonic.
that of all things?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why would you not? Why would you go Buff Knuckles?
That was the first thing I thought of. Sorry.
You thought of such a nondescription. We went bandana. What? I looked
Yeah,
at
threw
I
us
couldn't
all
even
for a
connect
fucking
it.
loop there.
I just went, hey, main character. Hey, he's actually wearing clothes. The main thing being a bandana. That was my thought process.
Y'all know what? When you look up Bandana Sonic, he comes up.
Yeah, fuckers.
All right, look up Buff Knuckles.
Of course that's gonna come up. That's the only Buff Knuckles in existence.
I should have turned safe search on. I'll tell you that for sure.
How did you recognize all the times you were like Dragon Ball shipping? Wait, hold on. Safe search. But Buff Knuckles, you just went, oh, this is gonna be wholesome content.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
25 facts about Buff Knuckles. Buff Knuckles
You know the algorithm pointed you to it.
Buff Knuckles measurements are. Oh boy. Okay.
Buff Knuckles has a 9-inch. All right, thanks.
Oh boy. Okay. Moving on. One Piece live action. The script has seemingly been written.
Yeah,
It's happening.
Still waiting on casting confirmations.
Mhm.
The what was it? The logo gives me super heavy Pirates of the Caribbean vibe.
Yeah, I don't like the realistic skull. I don't like
I
it.
am not digging. But I also understand.
Yeah, like
Because, you know, there is a skull in the One Piece logo, and you're not going to just have a cartoon skull in a One Piece logo for a live action thing. I understand it. The Straw Hat symbol is going to look more realistic. Understandable.
mm-hmm.
I do not like that the outline of Luffy is its nose, though. I am not a fan of that part.
They've got a lot of pressure on them, especially after that Cowboy Bebop one.
Boy, flames.
They got a lot of pressure on them
Yeah.
to deliver. At least with the set photos of them in costumes and stuff, they got a lot to deliver.
Okay, here's what you do. You get another property, and you kind of make it look a little wonky right before
You know
one
what?
piece.
And then boom. You spend minimum money on it.
You
6-season
that
little
Resident
miniseries.
Evil. The Resident Evil that's coming out, you make it look just a smidge wonky. Not overly, just like, okay, that's
Leon's got like a red jacket and people get you, he doesn't have a red jacket, and then you look over at Zora like, that's pretty close.
I forgot about that too. Those pictures came out.
Dude, they're hideous.
They don't.
Not
like,
the people. Track the people. Hideous.
You put it great. I don't know where you posted it, but like, it looks like cosplay.
It's 1,000,000% cosplay.
Like, and then like that's not trying to diss on cosplayers, because a good chunk of cosplayers could probably make better looking outfits than these pictures showed. But it just looked chintzy, like kind of chintzy. I don't. It just didn't look great at all.
Especially, I don't, Claire's hair. Why has Claire been in like 9 movies and there's no ponytail ever for her?
Can't afford it. Too much.
Leon looks too old to be first day rookie. The story is they grew up with the monster that's the movie monster. What is this?
Yeah.
How hard is it to do a Resident Evil a movie? Because even if you were gonna combine 1 and 2, don't combine 1 and 2. Combine 2 and 3. They're basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this? When does the Spencer Mansion come up in 2 and 3? Barely. You can do them out of order.
The big thing, like, it is one of the most like ground. I shouldn't say most. It is a very grounded franchise, especially the first couple of games, where it's like there's zombies and like giant mutated zombies here and there, but like it's just dudes running around shooting guns.
Yeah, you get some monkeys and stuff. Sure, some mutated animals, but for the most part, it is just it's
not Marvel.
Here
no
I am with a
superheroes,
magnum.
no powers. Like it's just monsters, and that's been done a lot.
No dodging a massive explosion at the last second. It's just we're out of here.
Yeah. Oof. So moving on. Shang-Chi. Apparently getting very, very good reviews.
Also getting mad reviews. But the mad reviews are more so from fans. I think people are high on it because of the action.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very martial arty.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about this. It's been a long time since I've seen a very good in the West martial arts movie.
Yeah.
Like, where's this generation's Jet Li, Jackie Chan? There is a dude, and there was a movie, I don't even remember what it was, but it was like martial arts, but super dirty. Like, they were using glass and smeared it in each other's eyes, and I was like, this is fantastic. I need more of this.
Yeah, like, you don't consider, like, Jason Bourne or anything like that martial arts, right? Nah, okay.
That's
that was the first thought that
stuff.
came to mind, but, like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. What's the last one I've seen? Rush Hour 3?
Yeah, maybe
It might
Rush
be
Hour
around
3.
there. 'Cause even that Jackie Chan movie about him hunting people down or whatever wasn't a martial arts movie. It was more like a Home Alone type trap thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I need some.
No, there was a Jackie Chan movie with Pierce Bronson, where like Pierce Bronson, like it was the IRA bombed his daughter, and so he like went on a one man.
That was the one I was talking about. I think it was called The Outsider, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, that's the last.
No,
one
I saw that. Yeah, no, that was not a martial arts movie.
Oh, you wouldn't consider it?
Yeah, no, I watched it. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was like it was mostly just Jackie Chan setting traps, and they're just shooting people. There were a
Okay.
couple fights and stuff, but it wasn't like a martial arts movie. Absolutely
Okay.
not. I would not like if you were to substitute Jackie Chan for somebody else. How could you call it a martial arts movie?
Okay.
True.
If you substitute Jackie Chan and Rumble in the Bronx, it's a different movie.
Well, I wonder if that holds up. I know the dub does not.
Oh, dude, you can.
It wasn't standing back then.
Oh boy. All right. Shazam has finished filming. They've wrapped filming, so that should be Shazam
Good for
2, I
them.
should say. Should be seeing that too. And then the last thing I want to talk about is that me starting No More Heroes 3. Holy fuck, that game is good.
Of course.
Dude, there is a song in
Does it
that
ever
game.
end? Does it ever end?
Ha 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 ha.
You shouldn't have acknowledged what he said. You should have just moved on.
But so it is. So one of the mechanics in the game is you can eat sushi and it gives you buffs, or you can take sushi with you and it like can help you heal and stuff. And it's like you don't expect you expect like something a little bit calming or something. It's like he sits down at sushi and then you can eat there and he like eats. It's just this hard as fuck rap song that is so fucking good. I have been listening to that song nonstop for the last 2 days. I don't normally like rap and hip hop. This song is fucking amazing. It is called Itadakimasu. And I guess so the guys that made it, they made a cover album of the soundtrack from Travis Strikes Back, the last game that came out. And Suda51 and the sound director of Grasshopper Manufacturer, his studio, loved them so much that they let them have a song in this game.
Oh, that's cool.
And like
That's interesting.
the whole reason behind their song being where it is they wanted to break down cultural barriers in Japan, because I guess there's a big cultural thing in Japan where it's African Americans can't make sushi. Like it is just this cultural wide thing where it's just like they don't think black people can make sushi.
Oh,
Never
hold on,
heard
hold on,
that
hold on, real
ever.
quick. Alex, you're in here, right? You're the chef you worked for. He actively tried to get you to make sushi, right?
Uh-oh.
And his hands just couldn't form it. He just kept throwing up gang signs. Just like, I can't do it. Something's preventing me.
But yeah, they
He
wanted
started rolling it and then started lighting a lighter.
I got
Oh,
That's
no,
my
that yelled at
natural
for 6
mechanic after
months.
rolling something. I don't know what's happening.
He for 6 months you got yelled at.
But yeah, basically
Wow, maybe black people can't make sushi.
they wanted to break down that cultural
Myth
barrier
busted.
and basically
Misconfirmed. What do you mean?
but yeah.
And then you ended up getting him high as shit. You roll sushi like you roll blunt.
Wow.
Yeah, like, okay. Asian people might know more about black people than black people.
I never
Wow.
doubted them for a second.
Wow.
Dude, maybe I can't roll sushi.
Maybe it was, did he say that before or after you gave him like fucking weed laced sushi and fucked with that guy's entire
I do know
fucking
how
life?
though. But oh, which one? That's the real question, Alex.
Oh, before you, okay, before, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's an Alex story.
But yeah, they
for
made
ya.
that. But long story short, they made that song basically to break down those cultural barriers, to show the melding, and like the song has a lot of Japanese elements, so just to show a melding of those cultures and in a spot that is, you know, has that stigma, I guess. And yeah, the song is amazing. The gameplay is basically take No More Heroes 1 and polish everything as smooth as you possibly can and dial it up to 11. I am loving this game so far. Like I didn't stream it today to take a little break from it, but this whole day I'm just like, fuck, I want to play. I want to get further.
But I mean, you could always do it after the podcast if you wanted to, but
No, it's too late.
Yeah. I'm going right the fuck to sleep after the podcast ends.
I am going right to back to my pay-per-view. Tired of y'all.
I got manga.
I am
But-
on 8 hours sleep in 3 days. I need sleep.
But yeah, No More Heroes 3, amazing. Gonna keep playing it, of course. Everyone else should play it. There's been some review sites that have
Oh,
just hated on this game for whatever reason. GameSpot gave it a 4 out of 10. IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. Utter blasphemy to me.
also
I
Alex
wonder if their
gave us
expectations
fun
were
fact.
just too high.
At least on
It's
on
possible.
on the stream yesterday, apparently GameSpot has a reputation of fake hating on games to get clicks.
Ah,
So, there is that.
Oh, okay.
I probably need to watch or read the IGN review.
Yeah,
And
like
see,
IGN.
it's so hard to put any type of credence into a review site because it's usually done by a single person on the review site, and then it's just like the
thing
site
is,
as
they
a
don't-
whole gave it a 6.
They
Like,
don't
no.
play the full game either. They play the
Some don't.
alpha copy for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Some don't. Some get the review copy, which is the full game beforehand. But some get the review copy, and then with the review copy, they'll get like special items or something to make the game easier, so it's more fun and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of
Gotcha.
slimy stuff that people do.
Yeah. And like IGN's thing was, if you like Suda51 games, you're going to love this game. If you don't, you probably won't. I disagree with that. I think this game is just fun, top to bottom. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess apparently IGN also did not like Travis Strikes Again. Some don't know how to play the tutorial. That is true. There are reviewers that just are dumb.
This is also true.
All right. We are just at about time. Unless anyone has anything else to talk about, I
No.
think we can
I got
start to
2
wrap.
things.
All right.
Okay.
First
Boom,
off,
boom.
we had a debate.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was
Doesn't really matter. It was an unmitigated train wreck. It could not have gone worse.
It could have gone worse.
How?
Well,
other than an echo.
How could it have gone worse?
So how
Legit.
why like how or because I didn't
He
see
didn't-
any of it.
He didn't answer anything. He just excused a whole lot of stuff with this is the author's intent.
So one of the things we were talking about was how does a person contact the demon slayers for the demon slayers to get to that location? So I was using a 911 system. In our world, we know how a cop gets to a crime scene. You call 911, the dispatch tells the cop, the cop goes to the location. For Demon Slayer, what is the situation to where a crime happens, in this case demons, in a location, the Demon Slayers hear about it, and then they send the crows, which is the dispatch, to tell the Demon Slayers go here to stop the crime. And his thing was, well, it said that the Demon Slayer's job is to hunt demons.
It's a rule established.
It's an established rule that they hunt demons. And we're like, we understand this. How do they get there? Well, I would expect the audience to put 2 and 2 together and do. And that point lasted for almost an hour.
It was
Oh,
so
boy.
much assumptions. It's so much that the audience can just make the assumption and put it in two together. So the mangaka doesn't even need to explain it. It was just a whole lot of that. And
It
I
was a
just
lot
like,
of
what the are we here for?
It was like a it's the author's intent. So because of that, it's fine.
It's up to interpretation excuse.
And I went, are you not allowed to call something bad because the author intended it to be this way? And he just went, well, it's the author's intent, so blah blah blah. And he just would not just simple yes or no. Simple yes or no. Dodge the question constantly, consistently. Oh yeah, the catalyst argument. My God. So we were talking about give the family a little bit more time so we get time to connect to them and feel for them when they die. And he's like, no, you got to get the catalyst moving as quickly as possible, the plot moving as quickly as possible. So you need to hurry up, and something's got to be sacrificed, and it's time with the family.
And he kept talking about it needs to happen in the beginning of Act 2 at the end of Act 1. And he goes, there's a hard rule about how long an act should last. And we're like, how long should it last? And he didn't have an answer for it. And then BG started just like, all right, the catalyst for Naruto, this happens at like page 25. The catalyst for Bleach, this happened in like page 15. Just no answer, no refutation. And then he would keep repeating his point without adding basically anything. I was listening back to it, what I could listen to, because it's a rough listen.
Oh, are you serious?
It's rough. And
it's rough. Dude, you went through those Bleach dudes like 7-8 times. You was drinking that up like, yo, let me get part 2. What's up?
And that's why I say it's worse. I don't want to talk to that guy again. I'll talk to that Bleach dude right now.
Oh, wow.
What's the difference?
Oh, wow.
He's a lot more fun. That dude, he just not only just the interruptions, not only just the constant. His only answer was basically it's the author intent, and we can assume this stuff. I go, we didn't have enough time to establish the Demon Slayer, the forms and stuff, so we're not connected to him. And I gave him an example like, what is Form 3 and what is Form 8? He couldn't tell me what they were. So I'm like, you don't know what the 10 forms are. So whenever, at any time, he can just bust out something new, and this works for this. We don't know what's the proper time to use Striking Tide versus Water Wheel versus this versus that. Because it's all just moves, so much so that you don't even remember what they are.
And he was like, well, they're all visually different, and the author shows why he used that in that time. And we're like, no, there are specific times, like when he uses Water Wheel to stop his rotation so he doesn't get banged into some trees. I don't need to be told why he used Water Wheel there. When he's just in a fight with somebody, why is he using Water Wheel here over Striking Tide? I don't understand what you mean.
Oh my goodness.
So a fun time was had by all.
DA and I were talking about it after the fact, and we were just talking about, is this the worst debate?
Yes.
Is this or Bleach worse?
Is this
was the worst debate.
I don't care. I'll ban anybody that say that the Bleach was worse. I'll do it.
You don't have that power.
This was terrible. This is not worth listening to. Because he would...
Damn.
It's worth listening to once.
Just to see this dude's mindset, because it is so just like unflinching in his audience interpretation. We don't need to explain basically anything. We don't need to elaborate on basically anything, because it's all just what the author wanted. And BG just goes, okay, the author wanted Peter Parker to be cringy and dancing in the Spider-Man 3. Am I allowed to say that that's bad?
You're allowed to say you don't like it. No. Am I allowed to say it was bad? We go with the government thing. I said, with the government thing, what do you think is good or bad that the government isn't involved with the Demon Slayer?
Would not
answer it. It took me a good 7 minutes before he goes, yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Would not answer. And it's just a simple answer of, do you think it's good or bad? And he just wouldn't answer. It's like, why won't you answer? This was frustrating.
Frustrating is the word.
So now...
don't listen to it.
No, let's do it once. It's 4 hours. When you're mowing the lawn or something, go ahead.
So...
When you're doing something like, hey, I need to concentrate productive, no, because you're going to get mad. I was getting so mad.
We both had at least 2 times where we were just like, oh my... Get up and breathe for a second.
I muted the mic once, and I turned to DN and I said, it's good we do not have a webcam, because he would just see us going
just
nuts.
Convulsing.
We were so mad, yo. I could not believe how mad I got. I was shaking at one point.
I would almost want to see that, like, because like maybe people that don't know you wouldn't be able to tell, but I would be able to tell if you guys were like just sitting there and just holding it in. and just like me watching, I was like, oh, that they want to scream.
In the Discord and in the chat, there was a lot of calm down, guys. there were moments where you can hear it. We're just like, no.
There's times where we both had to turn to each other and go, bring it down. Because, dude, we were screaming.
That is amazing.
It's terrible. It's really bad.
So now this debate or the BG Ralph debate way back when, which is worse?
Which one?
We had so many, dude.
That's true.
Oh yeah, there was a lot, man.
Which was worse?
I'll say find this image is the worst.
Find this image is the worst thing we've ever done?
Yes.
Do you think that's worse, or do you think crossface is worse?
Find the image.
Main character.
Find the image.
Which one's Find the Image? I don't remember.
When Pro was just like where Superman was saving that girl by standing there and talking to her, and Pro was just like, if there's a time where Superman let somebody go into danger
or die
just to fulfill a promise, show me that, and I'll believe that he actually wouldn't have saved her if she jumped, because he didn't believe that he would just watch her die. So he just like, show me something that he fulfills his promise at the cost of somebody's life.
That's okay. I do remember
that
Find
one.
the Image. Like I do remember him like very adamantly saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing, and I'm not
We've
gonna
had-
get any
we've had
fans
too many
about this
debates.
one.
What was that?
I was like, we've had too many debates like that. Now that you guys like mention all those names, I'm like, oh fuck, man.
And that's just some of the bad ones, not even the good ones, like Creed and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, DA, sorry.
Oh yeah. I don't like Invincible, the comic,
Thank you.
like almost at all.
No. It's really good up to a point.
Yes, and then it just sort of falls off.
Yes, it
and I
does.
care about almost nothing.
Yes, you don't.
It is so insane that I'm just flipping through this, just going, would they stop fighting? Please.
Please stop fighting, Vivi.
For a quarter of in page. What was the drop off for you?
It was. It's hard to say without spoilers.
We can spoilers for Invincible, y'all.
We're gonna-
There's some specific stuff that I need to talk about that just like takes me completely out of this and makes me just go, no.
Yeah, this is basically the end of the podcast anyway, unless you want the fact that bad. This is basically
I'll give the fact. I wanted to give this fact. I was looking for facts,
Okay.
and I saw this, and I went, that's the one.
All right.
There are 3 numbers that you cannot wager on Jeopardy. 1488 for its white supremacist connotations, 666, and 69.
nice.
I feel
So-
like Alan Trebek would have been cool with 69.
Yeah.
But can you do 6969?
Can you do 169, or is it just all 69 is just banned?
Yeah. That's what I want to know. Like,
But
is it
can
like
you do 88?
Can you do 4? Why not 420? Oh, Jeopardy's slipping.
Because yeah, like I want to know how specific their rule is.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so many bad numbers out there. Can you do 911?
Oh man. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. No, Jeopardy. Is one of us going to have to join for the meme, for the goof?
I'm wagering $69. You cannot do that. I'm wagering. What was that? It was some Nazi number.
1488.
1488. I'm wagering 1488. No.
I'm
I'm
wagering.
wagering 1488.69.
Yeah, there you go. I was
Ban
gonna say,
me.
I'm wagering $420.69. I don't think the numbers go that high, Gavin. Unfortunately,
You could
maybe
definitely do
8,008.
boobs.
Yeah,
You
maybe
could definitely do boobs.
somewhere
I
around
wonder
there. Yeah.
if anybody's ever done 8675309. Somebody would have had to be lame enough to do it.
Probably. All right.
Okay.
So-
Invincible stuff, y'all.
Yeah, Invincible
Everything else is
spoilers
Invincible.
start now.
It was around the time of the Alien Sun.
That is it. I say it spiked back up around the Viltrumite War, and then it
Because I think that was a good we're fighting arc. But after that, I don't need any more we're fighting arc.
No, the torrent that I downloaded, it only went up to volume 16, and I'm like, that was right after the Viltrumite War, so I'm like, it's done here, we're done. And then that volume ended. I'm like, what's going on? And it's like in 24 volumes. I'm like, for what? We're done here. It's Eve. I do not care about her.
Nope.
She is so annoying.
There was a time when I cared about her, and it was super early on.
Yes.
And I think around the time she started doing all that work in Africa or whatever, I was just like, I'm not caring about this woman.
Just the storyline. The dinosaurs was the worst. Environmental Invincible was terrible. It was so. He just, I want to do good, and like this dude is destroyed. He's already killed people. You're knocked out for 3 days, and he's just like, well, I'm taking out 3 separate cities. It's like, come on, and then it's just dropped, and it's just gone. We're just done with that. And near the end, Cecil dies. I love Cecil with the whole robot uprising. That was a good thing. The robot uprising was a good thing, and the reboot was a good thing. Those were the 2 good things following the Viltrumite War. But once that happens, he dies. It's like 3 panels. 2 chapters later, I'm like, oh man, robots taking over Earth. What is Cecil doing right now? Does he have a plan? I'm like, oh no, he died. That's how little this meant.
How did you feel about Villain Rex? The robot. He was a villain.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that a whole lot. That was that. Like I said, that was a good thing. The uprising was a really good thing. It showed him 700 years, and just like this worked over here, it's gonna work over there.
I hated the black dude of just like, I'm coming from other dimensions, and here's all my dimensions.
Coming back.
I hated that guy.
Goodness. And then the dude that took over for Invincible, he started wearing his suit bulletproof. They had it like this whole side thing with his parents and crap. I'm like, what is this for? I don't care.
Is that when the parents got like melted by acid or something, or he blew him up or something?
No. It was he was a sort of a loser painter, and his brother was a great scientist. His brother invited him over. He started experimenting on him. The lab blew up, and then the Bulletproof survived. The brother didn't. He pretended to be his brother for a very long time, and then he admitted to his parents that, yo, I'm both myself and my brother. And then they got mad. His wife hit his mom with a frying pan, killed her. And then the dad, it was just like, you killed my wife, and then he killed the dad. And it was just like, this has been like 3-4 chapters leading up to this, and it's nothing. There's so much fluff. That's why I really like the cartoon. It trims stuff, it combines stuff,
and it moves stuff around.
And moves stuff around, and I love it because it's just like a whole bunch of stuff happens after Omni-Man leaves the planet, and they just combine that with Omni-Man being on the planet. So it's just like there's a Mark going out into space with the Martians and stuff that happens while he's on planet. So it's just like,
because I saw that and I was like, that doesn't.
Yeah, so it's instead of the 12 issues of just like, here it is. No, it's like 26 issues, and it's combining stuff, and it's shortening stuff, and it's lengthening stuff that needs to be. But this is just like, stuff. I'm just sitting here just like, I don't care about a lot of this stuff, and when, because I just keep hearing this is the greatest comic, and I'm like, is it because of me? I don't read comics. Is it because I've read too much manga? I'm used to that type of storytelling. Because there'll be times where it's just something happens. They'll go one page of something else happening, and then they'll go off to something else. I'm like, Why not have 2 pages? Why not have 3 pages? Why not flesh that out a little bit more? And then they'll do stuff like in the family with Bulletproof where they just stay there.
Now, I will say something really quick about the manga. I don't know if this is in the cartoon. Don't you think it's kind of lazy to use 4 panels? I laughed both times they did that.
I don't remember.
So Mark goes to a convention to get an autograph. And he's like,
Yep. I remember.
Both times they did that joke,
Yep.
and died laughing.
Yeah.
It falls off a cliff heavy. I think it's very much that it's outside the typical Marvel DC, so it gets a little bit more oomph, like it gets lifted up a little bit more in the populace, and then a little bit more prestige, and then on top of that, it was very good early on, and it's the most popular non-Marvel DC thing that people just go, it's so great. And then of course all the blood and violence from the people that aren't used to that type of thing. It's just like that Justice League Dark Side War or whatever that was.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah, that thing where people were just like, this is the greatest movie. No, it's not. It's aight.
Yeah, my favorite character, and it sucks because this basically isn't a character, was Battle Beast. Every time Battle Beast was on screen, I'm just like, yeah, Battle Beast!
It's funny because he's basically a Goku of just like, where's the next strongest
big fight? And then him and the big Viltrumite, the leader of Viltrumite, were fighting for days and days. I'm like, get him, Battle Beast, you can do it! That's the only time my blood got pumping.
That's that lizard brain that people just them endorphins or whatever that pump into people when they see that Dragon Ball. You got to feel it for like 3 panels.
Yeah, and Battle Beast is just like, there ain't no fight here. I'm not about this. I'm not here. Please, Battle Beast, we need help. We will give you a fight. Oh, you will, huh? Tell me about this fight. I'm like, yeah, Battle Beast. But yeah, there's just all this in Viltrumite politics and
when he went to the actual Viltrumite plant, I was like, I'm not feeling any of this. I don't care about none of this.
Alan trying to get clearance to start the war? I'm like, come on.
Enjoy, y'all.
Man. And then he just hops out, and it's like, it's been 5 years later. I cheated on you. It's gonna be forgotten in 2 chapters. Of course. I did not enjoy this.
All right.
Big. And I've been looking for reviews like, why should I enjoy this? And it's, you know what I hear a lot about? Subversion.
Are you
deconstruction.
What did it deconstruct? What did it subvert?
The concept of superheroes. Dude.
We've had things like Irredeemable and all. We had Justice League Dark. We had Marvel Max. What are we talking about?
Oh, and Mark being in bloodline of the most noble Viltrumite. Of course he is. Of course he is. And that ending just the bed. I did not like the ending either. He just goes around the universe forever, helping everybody. He's the best dude of all time.
Hey, there's my husband, Mark. There's your daddy. Hey, here's your brother. You know, he's doing some good.
Oliver, I'm going to stop you from killing my niece. Fist through the stomach, dead. No ceremony, forgotten 2 chapters later. I'm like, he's dead. It shouldn't be like that. It kept happening with deaths that didn't matter. Robot was right. He was doing the best stuff. Invincible is a piss. He's a piss baby. Shut up. He's a whiny little baby. I'm sick of him.
He was right, but he was not.
He was doing it in the wrong way.
He was doing it in the wrong way.
Rex just dies, and it's just in the middle of a
ceremony.
Chapter.
No
and
ceremony.
It's just done. All those marks come from the other universe. The whole in Invincible War is a chapter. Cities are decimated, and then they're just gone.
Dude, I was super interested in the whole. There's a multiverse, And most times, Invincible's just evil. And I'm like, okay, this guy. So is no,
he's the best person.
he's the only good one. Okay, thanks.
Man.
I can't wait for y'all to start clapping.
Do not like Invincible.
Gonna start telling
It
reviewers.
is big front loaded, and then that back half is just turtacular. And I don't want to hear anybody talking about it.
It's very Naruto-esque.
That is it.
It starts so good.
I'd say Bleach.
And then at some point you just go, holy.
Bleach is a really good comparison as well. And I'm not seeing anybody where I'm just like, yeah, that is good, because all this in
Gavin, I am trying to give you some shine. I like how Gavin is able to tell. I was gonna say, like, as you were talking about subversion, Gavin posted, gonna start telling reviewers if they can subvert my nuts. But then, as you guys do, you guys were chugging along, and I was like, gotta start telling no. Gonna start
Very
telling no.
I'm just saying I am massively disappointed, because I love the cartoon outside of Amber. I hate her, she sucks, but I love the cartoon, and I'm just like, let's continue down this path. Let's see what Omni-Man and them is getting up to, and it's shite, and I can't take this. It was a drag to get through.
Gotcha.
Legitimately.
You know what? Yeah.
That's all. That's my thoughts on Invincible.
All right.
Maybe expect some revisiteds on it. Maybe. I don't know.
Most people are going to be talking about the cartoon.
I've not really seen any comic stuff. I've been looking.
That's the
There's
problem.
one dude that is just like, he just goes, I'm the biggest Invincible fan. I've got the compendium, I've got this shirt, and I've got this poster. I go, you.
That's the thing.
How does that make you the...
How often is it that it's just like once the anime cartoon comes out, that's when people turn to it and go, holy, this is the greatest thing. This thing has always been here. Y'all just refuse to read. Meme, do not look up this.
We there was no request to find videos.
Oh boy. I will say just the last thing on the note of things we do like though. We are just a little over a month from Komi anime.
We are.
That's gonna be flames. That's gonna be flames.
I am.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. October is gonna be a good month. I'll be a good chunk of the way through Kenna. Metroid Dread comes out. Komi comes out. It's gonna be a good month. Halloween.
Miracle, that Ghost Girl anime that I've always talked about, comes out then.
Good month.
And even before October, tomorrow, we're playing some Uno, y'all.
Yes. So we'll be wrapping up the podcast as BG just stated. Tomorrow at
Spike's Family's got an anime?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I have heard nothing.
Oh, why'd you give me hype? I was so hyped for
it was a question mark.
No, because he's just like, all these things are coming out. Like, y'all not, I'm thinking y'all not hyped for Spy X Family? I thought it was good. I'm just Spy X Family. It's so good.
So I think
I read Komi. Y'all read Spy X Family.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's on the list.
I need to go to bed.
Dude, all right, my list is just growing. At this point, I'm going to make a request for the people that come to our live streams. Stop suggesting things to me to read right now.
Nope, keep suggesting stuff to me, because I'm going through them actively. If I could get past this in rock, paper, scissors game, I can get into other stuff. I can live my life.
The list
right,
that
we're
exists.
out of here, then.
All right. So yes, tomorrow
Right in
at
time
6.
for CM Punk's match.
6, right? Tomorrow?
Yep, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, we will be playing some Uno. Me, Ralph, DABG. Y'all, just send this account to a friend. A friend. We only need one friend, and be like, hey, go follow this.
I don't care if they never watch anything we ever do.
Same here. We are one freaking person away.
One person.
Just one singular person. So yes, with that, we will be calling the stream adieu. I also be probably streaming No More Heroes on Tuesday. Tomorrow's Monday.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going through the Dead Spaces since the remake was announced and we're getting more information. And then since you never played through Dead Space 3, ending with us two playing through Dead Space 3.
Okay, I'd like that.
That'd be fun.
Get past the first like what hour, 2 hours that we got
Dude.
to.
That was amazing.
Oh boy, where we were just like sat there at the crafting table for like 20 minutes and we couldn't do shit. It was just like, wow, that was a giant waste of time. Oh boy. All right. With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. Ralph, next week?
I am off Sunday.
All right, Sunday.
We keep rolling, baby.
We keep rolling.
We baby.
At this point, I'm just gonna ask you. I'm not gonna assume.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just run it like that.
All right, thank you everybody. We will see you next week.
Later.